You probably know Starkid as the makers of 2009's A Harry Potter musical, but in 2018 they released a different show, The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. It's pretty meta and tackles not only musical tropes but storytelling ones as well. And one of those tropes is so important in musical theater, you'll find it in almost any production or movie, and yet in The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, it's purposely left out. And the reason is totally genius. So let's talk about how they broke the rules and why. This is Unstructured by Plotwell. Let's start with a quick recap of the show. The musical follows main character Paul, who, big surprise, is a guy who doesn't like musicals. He's an ordinary businessman who's pretty happy until a strange meteor strikes and fills his town with singing, body-snatching aliens. Now, like a horror movie, Paul is trapped inside a musical. So Paul and his friends must escape and find a way to defeat the aliens. It seems like a pretty typical start to a show, but there's something missing. Something big that, by all accounts, should ruin the show. And to understand it, here's a quote by composer and lyricist Stephen Schwartz, the guy behind the music of Wicked, Godspell, and Pippin. Pretty much any successful musical you can name has an I Want song for its main character within the first 15 or so minutes of the show. An I Want song. What does that mean? And why doesn't The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals have one if it's so important? There's actually a really good reason, but it won't help explaining it until we cover what an I Want song is. Rewind to 1939. A little movie musical is released titled The Wizard of Oz. Yes, that one. It follows Dorothy as she's whisked away to a magical land, and sure enough, less than 5 minutes in, Dorothy sings the unforgettable classic Somewhere Over the Rainbow, her I Want song, and arguably the best one of all time. An I Want song is a song sung by the main character that sets out what the character wants. It seems straightforward, but they come in all shapes and sizes. Sometimes they're obvious, like in Moana's How Far I'll Go, when Moana literally sings about sailing off her island. Other times they're more subtle and metaphorical, like Dear Evan Hansen's Waving Through a Window. And sometimes, if there's multiple main characters, there are multiple I Want songs, like in the Broadway version of The Producers, where Max sings The King of Broadway and Leo sings I Wanna Be a Producer. As in that last example, the song title or lyrics usually contain the words I want or I wish. The purpose of the song is to show the audience where the show is headed and give them something against which to measure the main character's success. Will they achieve their dreams? The I Want song tells us what their dreams are, and the rest of the show answers that question. So why isn't there an I Want song in The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals? On the surface, it seems obvious. Paul, the main character, hates musicals and refuses to sing. Why would someone who refuses to sing an I Want song? But if you dig a little deeper, you'll find there's another reason. And there's a song, a very clever one, that not only calls attention to this fact, but helps explain why the show went without it. The song is sung by Paul's boss, Mr. Davidson, who has been turned into a singing alien, and it's called What Do You Want, Paul? I'm sure you can see where this is going. The song actually highlights the fact that the show doesn't have an I Want song with this exchange.
So what do you want, Paul? What's that one concrete goal that motivates all your actions?
I don't think I have one of those.
Well, then how's anyone supposed to sympathize with you, Paul?
I don't know.
But on top of Paul refusing to sing, there's another reason there isn't an I Want song, and it's built into the story. The chorus ends with the line, I want you to want to want. In context, Mr. Davidson is actually a singing alien hive mind that wants to turn the world into a musical, and is trying to body snatch Paul. However, Paul, the guy who hates musicals, refuses to be a part of it. So the writers do something genius. What better way to show a main character who refuses to be a part of a musical than to ignore one of the most essential parts of musical theater tradition and take away the main character's I Want song? So of course, how does the singing alien hive mind plan to control Paul? By getting him to become more like a musical protagonist by wanting something. And so the line, I want you to want to want. I want you to be a part of the musical. So even though an I Want song is almost essential in modern musicals, The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals purposely removes it. By doing this, the show not only plays with popular tropes, but also deepens the plot by creating a point of attack for its antagonist. And by using another song to highlight this removal, the show helps the audience digest what's happening without writing off Paul as an unsympathetic lead. Sure, they could have found another way to give Paul an I Want moment, but by choosing not to, they separated him from the aliens and created a show that messes with the very core of what it means to be in a musical. And all that with one song.
This song's pretty good, huh?